and welcome to another tutorial on this channel. Thank you for stopping by. In this video, I'll be showing us the process of making this bubu dress with side pockets and turn-up sleeves. The highlight of this dress is the back neckline. It's a deep V with connecting band. This is a simple dress and the tutorial is easy to follow. So if you love seeing tutorials like this, why not keep watching and let's get into the video. To make this dress, you will need 3 to 4 yards of any fabric of choice depending on how free and how long you want it. Yeah, I have 4 yards of Ankara fabric, but I didn't exhaust it, so I'll say I used 3.5 yards. To start, I will fold a part of my fabric into 4 as I'll be cutting the front and the back piece together. I use my hip circumference divided by 4 plus extra 8 inches to fold this. That means each piece is about 36 inches, which is 18 inches on fold. Now from the top of my fabric, I will come down by 1/2 inch, and that straight line there will serve as the shoulder line. Next is to measure the neckline. So from the center fold, I'll mark my neck width 3 inches and the front neck depth 8 inches. You can use below or above these measurements, depends on how deep you want your front neckline. Now I don't want this to be a sharp V, so I'll just make it a little curvy. Next thing to do is to mark half of your shoulder measurement. Half of mine is 8 inches. And from that shoulder point, we are going to determine how long we want our sleeve to be, because this dress has its sleeve cut together with it. I want my sleeve length to be 8 inches, then I will add extra 1/2 inch that will be used to join the piece for the turn up, making 8.5 inches. But if you don't want your sleeves to have turn up, simply add extra 1 to 1.5 inches to aim it. And from that point, I will come down by 1.5 inches to slope the shoulder, then connect the point back to the neck width. Next thing to do is to determine the sleeve opening. So from the shoulder slope, go ahead and determine how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. For me, I want it to be 9.5 inches plus extra 1/2 inch seam allowance, that's 10 inches. Then I will connect the point into a straight line. Now let's take the round measurement. I will use where the sleeve opening stop as a guide to where to measure the bust. But then I won't use my bust circumference here. I will rather use my biggest round measurement, which is the hip. If your bust happens to be your biggest round measurement, go ahead and use it. So I divided that into 4 and I got 10. Then I will add extra 5 inches as the ease allowance. Your ease allowance depends on how free you want the dress on your body, okay? Now the total measurement I have here is 15 inches. So I'll measure that 15 inches all the way to the hem. And afterwards, I'll connect the points together. And here, I will connect these 2 lines together with a curve. For my dress length, I want it to be 58 inches long. And the remaining 1.5 inches there will serve as the hem allowance. And this is all for the drafting. At the shoulder, I will add 1/2 inch joining allowance, then go ahead to cut this out. For the back neckline, I will first take out the 1/2 inch joining allowance, and from that point I will come down by 13 inches. That is how deep I want it. You can always adjust this measurement to your preference, okay? For the side pocket, I will measure from my shoulder down to my waistline 16 inches. That is where the pocket will be attached. Then I will notch it. This is what the front neckline looks like, and this is what the back neckline looks like. The next thing to do is to cut out facing to turn each of the neckline. The piece for my facing is on fold, so I'll place the front piece on it this way, trace out the neckline and also cut out the shape I want it to have. To stitch, I'll place it on the neckline of the main piece, right side facing, then stitch round using 1/2 inch measurement. Afterwards, I'll fold in the edge once and run a stitch round it to give it a neat finishing. For the back facing, the piece is also on fold. I will cut it out same way I did the front facing. For this back neckline, the facing won't turn it completely. From the top, I'll come down by 1 inch. That is where the connecting band starts from, and the width of the band is 1 inch as well. So I'll start stitching 2 inches from the top of the neckline. I will go over to stitch using 1/2 inch measurement. This is the front piece after using facing to turn the neckline. At the wrong side, I use hemming gum to hold down the facing, and this is what I have. This is the back piece afterwards, and this is what the wrong side looks like. Remember I said I will start stitching 2 inches away from the top. I later increased it to 2.5 inches. The next thing to do is to attach the connecting band. I already cut it out and stitched, and this is it. The width is 1 inch, but I cut out 2.5 inches and used 1/2 inch to close the side. Then I turn it right out and iron the seam to the middle. For the length, it's going to be the width of your neckline plus extra 1 inch, because after turning the neckline, it becomes wider. And I will add another 1 inch to join it. That's 8 inches in total. To stitch, I'll place it in between the facing and the main piece this way. Use pin to hold it down, then go over to the sewing machine to stitch. After attaching the band, this is what I have, and this is what it looks like on the wrong side. The next thing to do is to join the shoulder. So I'll place the front piece on the back piece, right side facing, turn the back facing this way, go over to the sewing machine to stitch using the 1/2 inch joining allowance, and I'll stitch the other shoulder same way. After joining the shoulder, the next thing to do is to attach band to the sleeve. I already cut out the piece for the band, which is 4 inches wide and 2 inches on fold. After stitching, I'll be left with 1.5 inches. For the length, it should be long enough to go round the sleeve. I will go over to the sewing machine now to stitch this way, and after stitching, I will fold it to the right side. And this is what the sleeve looks like now. The next thing to do is to close the side, but before then, I will attach pockets. So from where I notched earlier from my waist, I will come down by 6.5 inches as the pocket opening. I will mark the same thing at the other side, then set it aside to cut out the pocket. I already folded my fabric into 4, and the length is about 11 inches. Now from the top of the fabric, I'll come down by 6.5, that's for the pocket opening. Then I will draw the shape I want it to have. For the width, it is 8 inches. I will go ahead now to cut it out. I have 4 pieces here, which means 2 will be on each side. To stitch, I'll place one piece this way, right side facing, then pin the top to the first notch and the hem to the second notch, and I'll do the same with the other side. I will stitch it this way and have something like this afterwards. And once I'm done attaching the pockets, I will also close the side with 1/2 inch. At the pocket opening, I will back stitch and stitch around the pocket this way, then continue stitching where the pocket stopped all the way to the hem. This is the side of my dress after closing it, And this is what the pocket looks like. I also went ahead to fold in the hem allowance, then stitch it round. And with this, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share it to others that might find it helpful. And if this is your first time of coming across my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please do not leave without subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.